How are we doing, folks, and welcome to my new episode. Now, in this one, I missed out a few things from the last one. One of them was the soil that I'm using. It's nothing special. All it is just a multi-purpose compost. I think I used I think it's called Lakeland or something like that, or Levington, something like that. Anyway, it's just a multi-purpose compost. If you can get peat-free to keep it more ecologically sound kind of thing, then that'll be better. If you can't, then no worries. I've had this bag. I bought a few bags of compost last year. This was one that was just left over. I had half a bag of it left. It's been stuck at the back of my shed all year and up until now. So what I did, I got last week or the week before when I started planting the seeds, I just got it out, put it in this tray that I've got down here, slung a few big handfuls of sharp sand in there as well, just to help for the roots, to help the roots get down so it's not so compacted. And that's all it was really. There's nothing else in there apart from that. Seeds do not need a lot to actually get going. The power is actually in the seed to make it grow. You just got to put it in something. They don't even need a great deal of light to actually germinate either. People think they do, but they don't. You need to actually just put them in a slightly darkened room if you can do, or even some people even stick a towel over the whole propagator. Right, folks, this is it. This is all it is, as I say. It's old compost from last year's chilli grown. Probably some that I've taken out of plant pots as well and put back into a bag just to get on, like chucking stuff away, to be fair. So it's good enough for me anyway for seed compost. I mean, I have used a proper seed compost before, but I don't know, it didn't really work for me. I'm not saying it wouldn't work for anybody else, but I don't know, I just prefer using this, each to their own. But all this is just old compost. And what I did, I got a couple of bags of sharp sand from at the back of the shed. And all I did was put a couple of handfuls of sharp sand in with the mix as well, just for this, just to get just so the soil doesn't become too compacted for the new seedling roots. And yeah, that is it basically. As I say, that is it. There's nothing special about it at the moment. It gets a bit more, well, I was going to say complicated, but not complicated. There's more additives go in when you're transplanting, and get me teeth in. It gets a bit more in depth when you transplant the seedlings from their seed trays to individual pots. That's when you want to start adding a few things into the soil, but we'll talk about that then. In the meantime, let's get on with what I'm growing this year in my garden in regards to the chilies in a bit. So, this is an update. 2 weeks on from me planting these, we have life. I mean, we had life last week, but obviously this week I've had the light turned on and things are romping away there now. I've even got some second leaves. So I'll just go through these and just so you're aware, 5 of these seeds have come from Chilli Chump, who is a chap that I follow on YouTube, and if you're interested in this, I'd recommend that you follow him as well. He's come on leaps and bounds. He really has, and in the 4 or 5 years he's been doing this. So anyway, go and check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. So first one here is the Trinity habanero in this row here. These are not his seeds. These are my seeds. I've grown this habanero before. It's a kind of a gnarly looking habanero, and it ranks in at about 25,000 to 35,000 Scovilles, so it's quite tame for a habanero, which is normally up in the 100 to 300,000 Scoville level. Yeah, they're a good tasty one as well, without burning your face off. The next one will burn your face off. It's the Ring of Fire. It's a cayenne pepper variety. Not as big as the normal cayenne, slightly smaller, but packs a lot more heat. These are quite long. Now, the cayennes normally grow quite upright anyway. They don't tend to bush out too much. So this is probably why these seedlings are going upright. And they're all already on second leaves as well, which is fantastic. So I'll have to transplant these ones soon. The next one, now let me get my tongue around this one. The next one is the Malawian Picant, which is better known really as you can buy these things in the shops, normally in pickling jars, and it's called the pepper dew. Now, whether the pepper dew is exactly this pepper, but it's definitely very, very close to whatever it is. Pepper dew has the copyright on the peppers, so you can't really grow their peppers. But the Malawian Picant, Christ, it's hard to get my mouth around, is that one there. Small red peppers, not too hot, again, about 5,000-10,000 on the Scoville levels. Yeah, next one is a one I'm really looking forward to growing this year. This is the Khang Starr Lemon Starburst. Khang Starr is another YouTuber lives in America who grows and has been breeding peppers as well, with some fantastic success. This is one of his. It's a cross between a MOA Scotch bonnet and a Bohemian goat chili pepper, and they have this wonderful flying saucer type image, or this wonderful kind of flying saucer type shape. Some of them even have like a little stinger underneath them as well, which is ideally how you want them. So let's just see how they come through. Really looking forward to growing them. Next one is the Antip Ahi Dolma, which I never get tired of saying. This one is a bit like a bell pepper, to be fair. It's got the same kind of heat as a jalapeno, at around about 5,000 Scovilles. But yeah, it's about the same size as a bell pepper, but quite ridged, to say the least. I'm really looking forward to growing them ones as well. They're meant to be quite sweet, almost kind of like apple tasting. So yeah, that'll be a good one. The next one here hasn't fared too well. I'm going to start some more of these off. This is the Sugar Rush Stripey, which is a hybrid version of the Sugar Rush Peach. These will grow like kind of longish and gnarly, tapered off towards the end, and in the latter part of maturity, stripes will start appearing down the middles. Some of them almost look like sweets, like they've been joined, like they've been made in a Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Anyway, these are my peppers that I'm growing this year. I am growing some more. I've got some soup pots on the go that you saw me plant last week. I'll just pull these into view because there's nothing really on these yet. So there's no point in opening that bag because there's nothing sprouting yet, but they've only been in there for a week. And as they haven't been under a heat mat, that's probably why they haven't actually sprouted up yet. This propagator has a heat mat underneath it. So they were up in a week, and now you see them at 2 weeks. That's the difference if you're having a propagator with a heat mat inside it. A lot quicker. I intend to grow some more as well. I have got another screaming hot, super hot, called the Chocolate Bootler. That ranks in at around about 1.8 million on the Scoville scale. And it looks a bit like a ghost pepper, which is what's in here. But it's brown and it's exceptionally hot. And I failed to grow that about 2-3 years ago, so I'm going to have another go. But I haven't set them seeds off yet, but I intend to do that within the next week. Anyway, that's where we are so far. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.